NRG made history. And no, I'm not talking about the fact that this team with so much dysfunction, with all these struggles with FNS and Verno and the like, this team of 3 rookies, Ethan and Sam, making it to Grand Finals. I'm going to talk about what happened in the Grand Finals. See, this was supposed to be kind of a clash of the new versus the old, right? The 3 rookies on NRG versus the old guard of Fnatic and obviously Kayak, but this was supposed to be a pivotal champs matchup. And at first, it didn't look like it. NRG stomped Fnatic, getting out to a 11-1 lead after winning the first 2 maps. That means they were 2 rounds away from the first 3-0 in Grand Finals history. However, they were not able to close it out. Fnatic destroyed them with a comeback there, won map 4, and were supposed to win map 5. I mean, the script was in. After that, there's no way your mental can recover. However, Ethan had other things to say. See, in the script, Fnatic would 3-2 them, an insane comeback. Boaster would quite possibly retire, he had been alluding to it in the pre-match, going out on top, finally able to win the big one that he'd never been able to get before. Instead, though, Ethan locked in on Breach, which, if you don't know too much about Breach, he is probably the hardest agent to frag out on. He is the most supportive initiator, in my opinion, period. It is very difficult to get frags on Breach, but Ethan was able to do it. And in this video, we're going to look at how Ethan locked in and changed history with this map 5 win. Now, I hate to be a dream, but 70% of you guys are not subscribed, and I'm trying to hit 8K. So give me my own champions win by giving me a lot of support in this video so that I can get 8K subscribers. I think I'm like 200 off. You guys got it, and let's get into it. Now, on the bonus round, NRG focus on re-clearing mid here. It's very important. In fact, in the very next round, Kayak gets the first blood from being inserted exactly where he was, really right here on mid, so it's very crucial to re-clear this space, especially against a double duelist comp when you have that Yoru who can kind of dip. But that's what Kayak does. He dips, they get the space, and NRG move on over towards A. Really quickly, by the way, if you want to keep track of all the off-season roster moves, very simply, go ahead, join my Discord. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. Hopefully, if I remember to do it, we have a channel right there where it'll track every single roster move, so you can just check that, see where your favorite player is going, what's happening with your favorite team, in all one simple place. Anyways, NRG are over towards A, and they quickly back out. But here's the thing. Fnatic re-cleared this space so quickly to the point that it's not even an effective fake. If you'll look here, Crashy's literally 5 seconds after, maybe prowlers and goes, hey, Boaster, go over towards B. They're not here, and he knows that. So with 40 seconds left, this is still a stacked site. You still have the Cypher utility. It's honestly something you're not necessarily favored in on this execute, and it ends up taking heroics from guess who, Ethan, to pull this out. So as you can see, they start the site execute. Chronicle gets up close and personal. He's obviously on the Cypher because Alfier is on that Neon, but as you can see here, it's quickly turned into something that shouldn't be winnable, right? You should not be winning a 2v4 when you, I mean, arguably, you have gun advantage over these 3 people, but Kayak has a rifle, and with this heavy of a numbers advantage, you should not be winning this if you're NRG, but Ethan gets the kill onto Kayak. Boaster is, I mean, not thirsting necessarily, but he's focused on fighting Brock, doesn't realize or doesn't care that Ethan's behind him. So Ethan gets 2, but you still have one major problem. This bomb has to cross over. Right? You have 13 seconds left. You have to let it cross, and you're getting flanked from Crashies. So what do? Boom. That could have ended it all right there if Alpha was able to connect on 1 or 2 of those shots, but he's not, and then Crashies, unfortunately, has one of the worst weapons you could have in that spot on the flank. Can't get it done. So NRG get a foothold back. If they had lost this bonus round, I think there is a very real chance they are out of this game and lose champions. Now, it's 2-3, and you can see Fnatic invested heavily into this round. They have an op, and their economy is at the brink. If they lose this round, it is going to be a full economic disaster. But Boaster does very well here to get the 1 on Namada, and he actually shuts down the entire execute from this position. See, you have to clear him out. You can't go on the site with Boaster still lurking over here, but it's very difficult to clear him out, especially when he's in this spot and can smoke for himself as he had right over there. Now, this is something that I actually don't agree with. He ends up smoking over here, which is where his op was looking, and I think the op has more value looking over there, to be honest. Now, from Fnatic's perspective, and again, it's easier for me to say with hindsight, from Fnatic's perspective, they're all going to be coming from this side into the site and just run Boaster down, but I know that there's a Cypher, so it's very easy for me to say, oh, put your gun there. But regardless, he ends up smoking it off, and now the op is actually supposed to help him. You'll see the sight line of the op from Kayak. It's here to protect Boaster from getting swarmed. But NRG have to eventually clear him out, and so shock darts and then a surprise position from Ethan do just that. Scuba goes ahead and uses his ultimate ability right there for the Cypher Hat, and now Kayak just has to try and find something. He can't, pop out and get a kill, not that that happens too much in pro play anyways, but he can't pop out and get a kill because he has that operator. So now his teammates end up just dying. I mean, if you look right here, Alpha peeks, dies to Ethan. Ethan, again, just final bosses this round, and yet another crucial round is picked up by Ethan. It's off the back of Ethan shooting again on the breach, which is such a difficult role to be able to do that. Wonderful round. Now, I will say Kayak does get a couple of frags towards the end here, which does hurt NRG's economy a little bit, but they've got decent money, 2-4. Now it's 2-5, and NRG are upping the pace very, very quickly, going up mid and into market. It ends up forcing out a Fatal, which is just so huge for them. As you can see here, the Fatal instantly forced out from Crashies within 15 seconds, which is insane. And then NRG instantly called back into A. But I want to talk about the importance of leaving a lurk where you call back into, because right here, they end up investing an ult that they might not have needed to if they had someone left here. This is something that you can use in your ranked games as well, Premier, whatever, pay attention. If you're calling for example, a fake, or even just to go somewhere, but you're not 100% sure if you're going to commit there, they have an ult like a Fatal that can push you back, have someone lurking over here to contain, to say, hey, they're rotating off, I hear them. Hey, they're still here, I hear them. If you're able to do that, you have more information, and you aren't going in blind onto that site. For example, right here, they pop Neonal and Breachel. There is a case to be made, right, that Scuba, let's say he's not with the execute, let's say he's over on A, he could have walked up when everyone from Fnatic ran, and they wouldn't have had to invest this Breachel. But instead, they have to invest the Breachel when they call back over here towards A, ends up going here, and yeah, you can see the Breachel, no tags, very impactful ultimate, but they do have the sight. Peace of mind, which is worth something, but it'd be a lot better, I think, if you didn't have to use it for an already clear sight. Scuba does a great job getting the flank pick on Chronicle, but I've mentioned Ethan so many times, I'll keep mentioning him. When I said that he put the team on his back, I meant it. There are some games where, players will have impactful games where they get a lot of kills and it doesn't amount to anything. Ethan, it seemed like every single one of his kills was so impactful, turning the tides of rounds here. For example, Sam goes 1-for-1. Ethan is 7 HP in a 1v1 with Boaster, takes him down to make it 2-6. Beautiful stuff. Now, Fnatic did win pistol on attack, so if they can run this bonus round, it would actually give them a decent chance of snowballing. Normally, I would say that they have to win this, but as you saw in the 111, it's really not true. They can come back from almost anything, but this bonus will be a huge help. Now, there's another mid brawl. We've seen this a lot of the time. It's very interesting to me how Sunset mid evolved from being almost completely ignored in like the first couple of months it came out to now it's such a pivotal part of the map. It's really cool to see maps evolve in real time like that. But yeah, NRG stacked here. Fnatic want no part of it. NRG really don't want a part of it. And everyone just kind of dips. But it ends up going into an A hit, and you'll see here Brock, he didn't use the Odin a lot on this map. Again, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on the Odin stuff in the comments, so please do let me know, but Brock was more of a Phantom guy. I don't know why I even brought that up, just letting you guys know that there wasn't really Odin spam. Chronicles somehow lives through that, by the way, and I want you to understand, that is absurd. There's no reason you should be able to live from here. I don't think Mata or Sam were really thinking someone would be around there, but it does very good at keeping people here for a second longer. Scuba actually is forced to anchor here and make sure that there's nothing going on from that lurk. And it ends up being something where Fnatic, yet again, 30 or so seconds left, they're in their element, they're going to A. And they've done a great job of, they're going to get that site for free, right? Now, the only thing that could possibly be an issue is the fact that you don't have a smoke for CT. That becomes an issue, right? Ethan gets a kill. We've talked about his impact. And now you have people doubled up over here. CT, you have to find some way to stop it, but you don't have those smokes to stop this, right? It ends up being a scenario where, yeah, Ethan, yet again, pulls you out of the trenches with the help of Brock, making it a 2v3. You have to rely on Boaster and the Paris's final boss. So let's see here. Boaster ends up getting spammed, but don't worry. Paris' final boss is here, and he's got it under control. He waits, he sees, he tries to spam a little. All is under control. Okay, I'm trolling. He whiffs and then dies, making it 5-10, giving NRG a great chance to close this out. I think there really is something poetic about it being a 12-5 with the whole 12-5 incident, but also Sunset in general. I mean, if you guys recall, I know 2023 NRG was a bit of a disaster as Mata's about to get this first blood with the op here, pushing through the smoke, but they were about to go to a Masters. If it wasn't for that 10's 3K on boxes, NRG were going to a Masters, that box right there. Of course, he did do it on my Glorious King Demon 1, so I am a bit upset about it, but I digress. Anyways, the clone breaks the trip B main, and the call is now to do a B split here. They're going to have 2 people go through market, 2 people go through main, and try and hope that Kayak's ult is able to get the operator, able to see it, and it works out. He's able to see the op when he pops ult. Here, boom, he sees Mata opping, but the issue is, yet again, guess who? Ethan. It's already a 5v4, and he has just a beautiful player. So first of all, the Fatal, they have this fight market, but Ethan is top mid here. The smoke, he's a little nervous. He doesn't know what they're trying to do with it, and so once he does actually end up rotating over, once the plant starts, Assam obviously able to just ult over from his side, anchoring on A, right? As you can see here, he just ults over. But Ethan is here, and he's going to do a wonderful play here. I can't glaze it enough because it really is so impactful, especially in a moment like this, for him to go up here and say, wait a second, I think I saw, and I think Pansy mentioned, that he saw Cypher right there, and so he fakes like he's running away, makes noise, and then doubles back because he knows Chronicle's going to be trying to catch that timing, trying to go for that. It's the grand finals, you have to make a play. Ethan takes advantage of it, gets that kill. Now he isn't aware of crashes here. I don't think they were really too aware that anyone was lingering over here. And then on the biggest stage, Kayak gets his ankles broken to effectively end the game right here. The best part about this, I think, was when you watch their comms, when you watch their comms as this is happening, when you've won, Mata's sticking, like this is one no matter what, even if Crashies is alive somehow, Mata just sticks. Everyone else is going stick, and Ethan's just going, we did it, we won world champions, and it was just a really cool moment altogether. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know what I'm going to be able to upload next, so go ahead, join my Discord and all that. If you're still sticking around and you're not subscribed, what are you doing, man? Come on, get that subscription in there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, whenever I upload next. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.